I feel like I stuck to my game plan well. I made good putts when I needed to. I think the up and down on the last was huge. Have that bit of momentum going into the weekend.
Tonight in the NBA, Warriors go after win number 71 on the road in Memphis. Warriors need to go 3-0 this week to set a new league record with 73 victories. Steph Curry has his eyes on the prize.
We want to control kind of the conversation and the attitude of what we're doing. That's kind of what he was getting at. If guys are fatigued, if something's nagging them, or then say it, because this is our journey, and the goal is to win a championship, and nobody should sacrifice that for anything in this regular season.
On the baseball scoreboard, the Yankees have a 2-0 lead over the Tigers after 3. Alex Rodriguez hitting his first home run of the young season. Cincinnati leading Pittsburgh 2-0, top of the third inning. Boston on top of Toronto, 3-2 in the third. Jose Bautista home run for the Blue Jays. For all the scores, head over to NBCSportsRadio.com.
This is KCAA.
What have I learned so far? Well, I've learned there's no one right path for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I could only do so much. My options were limited, very limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that has a flexible schedule so I can keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found a new career with training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I could change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
KCAA is proud to announce another new service for all North American listeners. Now you can listen to our station on your telephone by calling us at 832-999-1050. Our service is available on any standard telephone, cell phone, or smartphone. Simply call 832-999-1050. That's 832-999-1050. Standard cell phone rates may apply.
Did you know that every dollar you put into a piece of real estate makes you money 5 ways? Cash flow, money in your pocket each month. Equity capture, the thousands of dollars you create when you have the right team and buy the right property using the right map. Appreciation, real estate doubles in value about every 10 years. Equity buildup, renters pay down your mortgage each month. And finally, the tax advantage. We pay almost no taxes on our cash flow and capital gains. These are the 5 ways we make money in real estate, which is why real estate accounts for more millionaires in the world today than any other investment vehicle. You should have some real estate in your portfolio. To learn how, attend one of our free workshops. Call 1-866-971-8970 or go to getmymapnow.com and register for the next available workshop. That's 866-971-8970 or getmymapnow.com.
Original thinker and activist Tom Hartman joins the lineup weekday afternoons here on KCAA.
But a cop to deal with discipline problems? It's turning a school into a prison. It's teaching kids how to be afraid of authority figures. It's teaching them, oh, yes, officer, no, officer. Oh, please don't beat the crap out of her. Oh, wow, look at him beat the crap out of her. This is so wrong.
Join Tom Hartman weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM.
KCAA.
You just entered the Gotcha Zone. Line up to the start line and get ready to race with your host, Joe Britt. It's time for Gotcha Racing, live on KCAA 1050.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready for an action-packed, fun-filled hour of everything a motorhead ever loved or lived. Gotcha Racing with Joe Britt. Welcome to Gotcha Racing. This is Joe Britt. Hey there, race fans. Welcome to another edition of Gotcha Racing, live with your host, me, Joe Britt. sitting in the commander seat inside of the KCAA studios in San Bernardino, California, where we have a gloomy day today. You know, it's been forecasted it will be raining the whole weekend, and it's been it hasn't been a heavy rain, but it's been a mist. You know, and it's covered the windshield and made the roads real slick. So for you people out there driving and listening to the sound of my voice, I need you to be very, very careful out there because the roads are slick. Real slick, and we don't want you to have an accident. Okay, let me open up the show by saying what I always do. Hey, I come to you a humble man that is a reflection of God's grace and greatness, a humble man that is standing on the shoulders of ancestors. Hello, America. Look alive, California. Wake up, San Bernardino. Stand up and be counted, Inland Empire. This is your host, Joe Britt, coming to you loud, clear, and strong from the desert to the sea, broadcasting on the powerful KCAA Talk Radio, 1050 AM, and also 106.5 FM. We're the big dogs carrying the big stick right now in the Inland Empire. And I guess you can say from now on we'll be carrying that big stick because we have another station coming online, 102.3. Hey, if you can outbeat us, show us. But I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Okay, let me do a little house cleaning here, as I always do every Saturday morning. But last Saturday I was working. I'll tell you about that. Okay, you want to call in and listen to the show, you know, you can do that. You don't have to contribute. You can just call and listen, just in case you're under a rock somewhere, or you're in a tunnel somewhere, and you just can't pick up the broadcast with our two great stations out there. That number is 832-999-1050. You want to call into the studio, and let's say you are out of range, and you want to use our long distance line. Don't take advantage of it. I mean, take advantage of it, but don't abuse it. That number is 888-909-1050. For you local callers, local, that means around the area, okay, in Southern California, that's 909-888-5222 or 5224. You want to listen to our previous podcast, and we go back a couple of years, so that would, I'm going to send you to our great website, kcaaradio.com. Go to when you are in the zone, meaning when you're on our front page, look to the far left, you'll see the schedule. Or has it changed, Joe? Anyway, go to our Saturday's lineup and look for Gotcha Racing Live and pick and choose whatever you want, okay? We can be found on Facebook under Gotcha Racing Live and Gotcha Racing. We have a website, gotcharacing.com, gotcharacingtv.com. You want to email me and just give me questions or just comments or whatever. That would be jbritt, Kcaa@gmail.com. For you Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV fans out there, that's our sister company, and we do video production for the racing industry. That would be GRTV. media@gmail.com for all you Gotcha Racing TV fans. So what's on top for today? Man, we got our correspondents that are calling in. We have the newest one, Alex, and he's at the Long Beach Grand Prix today. Well, you know, this weekend is Formula Drift Day, and where the guys are out there drifting. And yesterday they were practicing in the bloody rain, sliding all over the place. So he'll be calling in a little bit later from the stands, of course, and get his reactions about what's going on, who's the lineup for today, and the whole shot. And then we have our wheel and tire correspondent from Northern California calling in, giving us information about the best setup for tires and rims. And then we should have our motorcycle correspondent, Chris, the Road Warrior, calling in. So we have a full packed day today. And then at the bottom of the hour, we'll be talking with a gentleman that we go back, we started in the industry in 2004. And he started on marketing, and I started my video production company, Gotcha Racing TV, and his company is GSX. and he has models. He does a lot of stuff for the industry, and then he has also a race car team. So Tucson, he'll be calling in, and we'll be talking shop with him. So hey, I got a terrific day planned for you guys. So let's get right on into it. Well, last weekend we had to put on a repeat. Last weekend, and why? Well, I stepped into the studio. And lo and behold, we have two stations, and lo and behold, I heard one of the stations, I heard nothing. I heard, oh my goodness, and I'm an engineer, so I'm an engineer for the station, and I couldn't get on the air. I had to get out and work on the transmitter, and we got it going, and we're still up and running, so that's great. So for you folks that were supposed to come in, hopefully I got to you in time, that you didn't call in and waste your time, because work is work, and when duty calls, I have to step up and do what I have to do for the station, and it's a pleasure. And it's a blessing also. But nevertheless, things like that happen. When you're in the electronics field, things do break. And when they break, they have to be repaired. And there you go. So no big deal. We did it, and we're up and running, and we are broadcasting very loud and very strong on our AM and our FM stations. Knock on wood. Okay. Well, this weekend, what's going on this weekend? Well, let me back up. Now, last weekend, what I was going to do after my broadcast, I get off at 12 o'clock. I'm on at 11, get off at 12. I was going to go to the Long Beach Grand Prix. Now, last week, they had the electronic series of IndyCar racing. And, man, I had my credentials, was ready to go. And lo and behold, I got stuck working. But what I've heard is that is the most silent style of racing. We're talking about electronic cars, like the slot cars we used to race back in the day. But these are battery powered, and these things, I tell you, they'll put your head in that back seat in a minute. The G-forces when they step on that pedal is incredible, but it's quiet. It's not like the Indy car where you hear those V10s making all that noise through the muffler system, or a non-muffler system, just through header system, and but these cars really kick butt, and I tell you, one of these days, I missed it last year also, but we're going to, since I can't be in 5 places at one time, I'm putting out my hand now to you guys who are listening. I need correspondence, okay? Now, today we have one at the track listening and being at the track today, so he'll be calling in. So I need that, and I'll get the credentials. I just need someone to be there, someone give me a play-by-play, and introduce the fans to KCAA, and introduce the major players to Gotcha Racing Live on air. So I need you guys. If you guys want to step up and do that, let me know. Okay. Now here's the number: 951-204-4013. 951-204-4013. And let me train you. I mean, I'm not going to put you out there and make you look bad or make us look bad, but I need male and females. It doesn't matter who you are, just as long as you got the enthusiasm and you got the skill talking in front of people, and asking the right questions. So I got that available for you. I desperately need that because I can't be everywhere at the same time. My goodness, I just can't. So, let's see, what else is going on? Oh, by the way, my company, we just picked up a 20-passenger shuttle bus, okay, with handicap, chairlift in the back. So, now what are you going to do with that? Well, summertime is coming up, okay? And what I plan to do is this. Since I know a lot of guys in the industry, a lot of companies that are out there, and a lot of races that are coming up, and a lot of shows that are coming up, I'm going to do my part in helping out the community. Well, how are you going to do that, Joe? Well, I have a 20-passenger bus, a shuttle bus. The big ones that put the handicapped folks in and take them here and there. I want to reach out to the urban kids. Okay, the kids who have never been to a racetrack before, the kids who have never been to a garage before, the kids who have never seen the inside of someone's shop actually working on automobiles, engines, cars before, right? So I'm going to get that sponsored by local businesses that would pay the gas and pay the food for 18 or to 20 kids. And we'll be touring California. It's Northern California, Southern California, and Central California, and exposing the youngsters that would have never been exposed to this automobile society before. And hopefully we can spark some fire into some of these guys. The kids are coming up to be racers, to be auto mechanics, to be inventors for the next generation, Now, the reason why I'm doing that, I'm getting old. I'm getting older, and we have to, guys my age, have to step back, put your hand out, and reach and pull the young ones up, okay? The ones who have never been exposed. That's my goal. So I've been talking to a bunch of cats already, meaning gentlemen, and from Northern California to the borderline between, San Diego, and we've all decided to go ahead and do that. And when we decided to do that, lo and behold, this opportunity came in front of my wife and I, and we jumped on it and bought the friggin' bus. So we're ready. We're ready. Summertime is going to be absolutely great, and we're all really happy and excited that we will be doing what we said we were going to do, okay? And that's helping out the community. That's helping out the community. So we're just jazzed. I'm tickled pink. And that's hard to be. That's hard for me to be tickled pink, guys, okay? But nevertheless, all right. So we where are we at? We have one of our correspondents calling in. And okay, one of our correspondents, and I believe he is our road warrior. Yo, buddy Chris, how you doing, dude?
Hey, doing great, Joe. How you doing today?
Man, I'm rocking and rolling on a misty Saturday morning.
Yeah, that it is. A little cooler than we've had, but you know what? It's all good.
Now, tell me something. Are you crazy enough to be out there on your two-wheeler today?
I could be.
Okay, that means no, and that's a good deal.
I probably won't be today, but I could be.
Okay, good enough, man. Good enough. What you got for us, dude?
Hey, I think I'm gonna go through something here again that we talked about not too long back, and that's riding with passengers. Carrying people on back with us. And the only reason why I'm going to go through this again is because I saw a guy the other day at the gas station, and as his passenger was getting back on the bike, they just about took a tumble right there by the pumps. I realized that he wasn't prepared for it, or some miscommunication happened. So, let's start from the top here real quick. We need to make sure first off that our passengers are dressed as well as we are, or better, to make sure that they're safe. The proper riding equipment, the helmet, of course. Sleeve protection, jacket preferred, pants, and closed-toed shoes, the things I preach about all the time. I still see that I'm not getting through to everybody on this, but we need to be vigilant on it and make sure our passengers are well protected. We hope for the best, but you got to prepare for the worst, and when that does happen, hopefully everybody walks away from it fine. But second of all, if you're going to be having somebody on a motorcycle that's, either never has been before, or they're still new at it, or even if it's, it's somebody you ride with all the time, don't hesitate to communicate with them the expectations and how you would like for them to, get on the motorcycle. Make sure that you're ready for them to mount. In this case that I saw the other day, I don't think he was ready for it, and she just, decided to hop on the bike and caught him off balance, and they almost took a tumble.
Hey, well, hold on, Chris, hold on. So, as a female, if a female gets on the back of the bike, she's considered a passenger. If a guy gets on the back of the bike, he's considered a freeloader, right? Okay, go ahead.
You said it, not me. You know what? And I've seen the reverse roles, because not every guy rides a bike. I've seen the women getting out there more often and on it, and that's a beautiful thing too. But so nonetheless, need to make sure that as a rider, we have our feet on solid ground. And I say feet because you really shouldn't have your bike on the stand or when your passenger's getting on. We don't want to become reliant upon that, because if it does slip or give way or you roll off it, then it's really a hazardous situation. But have both feet planted on firm ground. Make sure you're not standing in any sand or grease or oil, or you're going to slip. And communicate this to your passenger. That's the biggest thing, is talking to them and letting them know ahead of time that, okay, don't get on until, I give you the nod or say yeah or whatever your communications are, that you are ready for them to step on. If you can, have them, swing a leg over or slide it through in case of having a saddlebag like mine, and get on that way and try to position themselves. Now I have my passenger. She's a little short-legged thing, so I let her go ahead and use the step or the the peg to step on first and swing a leg through. That is fine as long as you're prepared for it, and if they've got if they're getting a solid foot on that peg, and then either grabbing your shoulders or waist or whatever they need to get on. I'll leave that up to the individual rider, of course, but you got to be ready for it. And once they're on and prepared, then you're ready to go. Now, up to this point, if you've been a new rider before taking on a passenger, you should be practicing your smooth riding techniques, clutching, braking, so on, because now it's going to be real evident when you got somebody on behind you. If you accelerate too hard, you might lose them off the back. If you brake too hard, you're going to knock helmets. These little things become amplified when you have a passenger. So you want to, practice and maintain your smooth controls and so on. Because, again, we want our passengers to come back. We don't want to scare them to death. We don't want them not ever ride with us again. We want them to come back. So, we want to make it a pleasurable ride.
For the passenger. But I guess we have to make it...
Well, for everybody.
Okay, for the freeloader, too. Okay, all right, I got you.
The rider's not. Exactly.
Okay.
So... another key thing is and this is one that is very important when it comes to the handling and the safety of the ride itself. Besides taking off and stopping, there, of course, is turning. I don't know of any place to ride where you don't have to turn. So if the passenger isn't leaning with you on the motorcycle, this becomes a very hazardous situation, because you now change the center of gravity and the center of mass in the turn. And bad things will happen.
I've seen it. Hold on a minute. When you guys work in tandem, the passenger and the driver on that bike, it's a beautiful thing, man. When they're both are into that curve or into that zone, it's awesome. And look, it's like poetry in motion, dude. And I've also seen it the other way, when the passenger sits straight up and the driver is in the lean, and that's where you're talking about that center of gravity goes off on you. Yeah, I got you.
Right, and it makes it harder to make the turn, and a lot of times it'll tend to stand the bike up too early, and the results of that are never pleasurable. So, instead of telling your passenger, say, hey, lean with the motorcycle, because that's kind of not a natural thing to do if they're not, haven't done that before. So here's a little tip. Tell them to look over your inside shoulder. Look over your inside shoulder. That is, if I'm turning left, you're looking over my left shoulder as a passenger. If I'm going to go right, look over my right shoulder, see where we're going and stuff. And by them doing that, that will naturally position your body weight into a manner that they are naturally going with the motorcycle's lean at that same time. And, hopefully you're not going to do it too soon, let them know that, as they start to turn, that's when you're to look over your shoulder and look over the inside of the turn. So if you're going right, make them look over the right. If they're going left, look over the left. So by them doing that, they're not really thinking about staying with the motorcycle. They're thinking about, okay, I'm just positioning my head to look over to see where you're going, and naturally the weight shifts with it, and it becomes a much more pleasurable ride for both.
So all that information should be told ahead of time, and all the instructions.
And that's part of the pre-ride communication. Also, things like hey, tap me on my shoulder or bat me in the back of my helmet, whatever. If you need to stop, we're used to being on the bikes for sometimes many hours at a shot. We're used to the wind, we're used to the cold, we're used to the heat, whatever the situation may be. Our passengers may not be, and more often than not, they're not riding as often as we are, and even what I would call the veteran passengers may not, be tolerable to the same things that we are. So that's a primary rider. So pay attention to their needs more so than your own in that sense. If they feel they need to stop, take a break, stretch their legs, restroom break, food break, whatever, pay attention to that and communicate this with them before the ride. Tell them, don't hesitate to let you know or whatever, and this again will make it a more pleasurable trip for both of you.
So hold on, Chris. So if you had some extra pocket change, it'd be ideal to get that helmet-to-helmet communication device, huh?
If you have the extra pocket change, or if you foresee yourself doing this on a regular basis in time, then yeah, you're going to start saving it up. And the helmet-to-helmet is a great technology to utilize by all means. My bike in particular has it wired through the motorcycle, so it's a direct wire situation. But we don't even use it. We've learned some hand signals. The bike is quiet enough. A lot of times I can just lean back and yell through my helmet, and she can hear me, and back and forth. But and after time, you realize what each other wants to do. But keep the usual things on board. Make sure that they got clothing that's proper. Carry extra. Whatever you carry extra for yourself, carry a duplicate set for your passenger. Bottle of water, what have you. And then invest also. If you have a new rider and you realize, hey, this person likes doing this is something we're going to do for a while, save them some money, get them a helmet that fits them properly instead of just your old used helmet that you had back in the closet that you're letting them wear.
Hey, Chris, that helmet-to-helmet communication would be great, but it's almost like that new Tarzan commercial, and I think it could be Geico or whatever. And the guy says, "Me Tarzan, me know where to go," right? And the woman just yap, And I'm going, oh my goodness, I can just see that, man. That would be a good skit, You got the helmet-to-helmet, and you can't unplug her, and she's da 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 da. We're going the wrong way. Blah 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 blah.
That's why you have the OFF, man. That's why you have the OFF switch.
Click.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway. You know what, man? I appreciate you calling, dude. I've had a blast. And the information you always give is right on time. Thank you, Chris, the Road Warrior. We're short on time today, man. And we're cooking with gas today. So thank you for calling in, brother. And I will talk with you soon.
Great, appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, man. Take care. All right, folks. That was Chris, our Road Warrior. And I've had a blast with the conversation today. So we're going to get another correspondent coming in. We have another correspondent coming in. And I tell you what, let's go to a commercial break and pay for some of these bills, and then we'll go right into our next person there. All right. Got him on tap on the line. This is Joe Britt. Got your Racing Live. KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. Right back.
U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is loaded with 15 acres of used, salvaged, and rebuilt parts for your car or truck. Sure, you could go to any wrecking yard, but U&I has what it takes. Expertise, high-quality products, and the finest customer service you'll receive anywhere. U&I makes custom drive shafts, furnishes full warranties on all their parts, and keeps up on industry changes. Call 909-888-6841. You'll be impressed by the fast and friendly response from from the U&I skilled staff. You can also go to the Contact Us page and request a part. U&I hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is located at 1435 West Rialto Avenue in San Bernardino. Check out the U&I webpage at the letter U, the letter I, autoparts.com, or call 909-888-6841. 909-888-6841. Oh, no.
Don't worry about a thing, pretty lady. You're in good hands with J&K Auto Body Paint and Repair. J&K Auto Body has been serving the Rialto area for years and are considered to be one of the oldest and the best auto body shops in town. The right people with the right tools and the right experience that can give you the service and the quality that you expect. 24 hours, 7-day-a-week towing is available. That's J&K Auto Body, 241 South Palm Avenue, Rialto, California, across the street from the Metrolink station. Call us at 909-875-0400, 909-875-0400. That's 909-875-0400.
Gotcha Racing Live, heard only on KCAA, is your command center for racing news, the hottest interviews, and DIY projects. We are your destination for interviews with racers and fans, on-track interviews, in-shop interviews with engine builders, car restorers. Hear from our correspondents on live track, car shows. Gotcha Racing Live. Start your engine and race on over to KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM every Saturday at our new time, 11 a.m. Gotcha Racing Live, where we put you in the driver's seat.
شما در حال گوش دادن به برنامه Gotcha Racing هستی با صدای جو برید. Sie hören jetzt Gotcha Racing live mit Ihrem Gastgeber Joe Britt.
You're listening to Gotcha Racing Live on KCAA 1050 AM with Joe Britt. Now get to the chopper. Hasta la vista, baby.
Baby! And that was our good comedian friend, Larry the Entertainer. You know, he was supposed to be in last weekend also, but you know what happened last weekend. We're all anyway. He'll be coming in, but nevertheless, right now, for you listeners out there, we have our tire and wheel correspondent, and then we have our special interview that's coming up right after that. Andre, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
All right, dude. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. First, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. It's raining out here, so we're just taking it easy.
Well, we got a reprieve on that a little bit in Southern California, but you're in Northern Cal. Is it raining? Is it thunder, shower, or what kind of rain is it? How heavy is it?
Well, it's showering. Yeah, it's showering pretty bad.
Okay. Well, look. Hopefully, you can put some of that rain on the aqueduct and ship it all this way because we need it desperately.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll help us too. Now I don't have to water my grass. But
listen to you. We're all brown here.
Today's topic is maintenance on your wheels and tires.
Okie doke.
Yes. First off, you want to regulate your tire pressure. Make sure you have the right tire pressure in your tires at all times. That'll make your car run more efficiently and save gas and prevent wear on the tires.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on. I got a question. Just keep that thought. Mm-hmm. I have a car that came out with 17s on it, all right? Mm-hmm. Now, the specifications from the dealer says you put X amount of poundage of air in. Okay, I go from that. Now, I want to put 22s on this rascal, and I want to put low profile tires on it. Who can give me the correct specs for that?
Well, you can look it up on the internet, or you can look on the side of the tire, and then it has the air pressure PSIs on the side of the tire.
Okay.
It tells you the correct pressure.
Okay, I got you. Continue, bro.
So what you want to do is maintain your right tire pressure so your tires will wear even, and it won't, because you overinflate it. It seems like it needs balancing, and if you underinflate it, it wears out the sides and not the middle. So you want to make sure you keep a proper air pressure. Every couple of months you can check it. And if the car sits a while, this sits a couple of weeks or something like that, make sure you check it before you start driving, because that's very important. And you want to put tire protectant on your car, on your tires.
What's that?
Armor All or something like that to protect the tires.
Okay. All right. The liquid. All right. I got you.
Because that'll help them from cracking and different stuff like that. And on your wheels and tires, you never want to wash your wheels when they're hot. Do the body of your car first, and then go down to your wheels and do that. Because if you have chrome wheels, it'll shock the chrome.
Really?
Start peeling.
Dude, that's the first time I've heard that. That's the first time I've heard that. So, okay, on a hot day, 95 degrees, and you just you're on the road, and you're in your front yard or whatever, and your wheels are smoking hot. You're advising not to wash the tires and the rims because of the chrome. What happens to the chrome?
The chrome it'll shock the chrome and it'll start peeling.
Really?
Over time. So it won't. I mean, it won't. It'll be real bad on the rim, on the chrome, when you put that cold water on the hot wheel.
That makes sense.
What you want to do is do your body first, and then come down to your wheels last.
You know what? That does make sense because metal in the heat expands. That makes sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll tarnish the chrome too. Like if you spray a cleaner on there while it's hot, man, it'll tarnish that chrome real quick.
That makes a lot of sense, man.
You want to keep it from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to wax your wheels. You want to put a hard turtle steel wax on it. Like when you first purchase the wheels, if you put it on the back and the front of the wheel, when you go to clean the wheels, that dirt will come off the back real easy if you have a protectant on it, and it'll make the wheels look good. But a wheel that's dirty on the back don't look good.
Yeah, so we're talking all the debris from all the dust from that back disc. If you have and
from brake dust and
okay,
and from road grind. So and it'll prevent, like if you put a hard turtle shell wax on it, it'll prevent that brake dust from penetrating into the wheel.
Okay.
Into the chrome.
Okay, I got
so
you.
It's like a protectant. So it keeps the wheels a long time. I know I had my wheels on my car for 18 years, and they still look new because I keep them up. I keep them polished, and I clean them every 6 months. I take them off and clean the back half of them.
That's because you baby that. That's because you baby that car. Come on, tell the truth.
Well, I baby it, but I mean, if we're in the cars. Most people that listen to this radio station are in the cars.
That's
You're
right.
putting cars in the shows and stuff. You go to a car show and the guy, you looking at his wheels and they dirty behind. It don't have a good appearance.
That's right.
You know, especially on the exposed wheel.
I got you.
On an exposed wheel, you really want to have the back cleaned up real good. So that's the main thing. And another very important thing, you don't want to put fixer flat in like a chrome wheel or something because it fits it too. You know, the chrome peels from the fixer flat, and it'll eat up. And if you have a 3-piece wheel and you put the fixer flat in it, it eats the seal up.
No kidding.
And you're gonna have to get it resealed.
No kidding. That's a new one, dude. That's a new one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's gonna cost that costs at least $200 to repair it. Most people charge $250 to repair it. So you want to eliminate a fixer flat in a custom wheel.
Okay.
Because it'll eat it up. And then you have problems with it sealing, with the tire sealing up against the bead of the tire. I mean the rim, because it has debris on it because the chrome is pitted.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you don't use fixer flat. But all those things are very important in maintaining your vehicle.
Well, dude, let me tell you something, man. Since you've been on with us, you've got a lot of good information, and a lot of people are receiving this quite well, the information that you are giving us, and a lot of things I didn't know that you taught me. So, they say old dogs can't learn. Yeah, I can learn. And if it's presented to me correctly, and I think you well received on Gotcha Racing Live. So thank you very much for giving that great information. Some things I didn't know. I appreciate that. Hey, so real quickly, what do you think about the 20-passenger bus that I picked up that will be helping kids out?
Oh, that's an excellent idea. We're really going. I'm really excited about that because we need to help the youth, because they need help. They need some mentors that we've been through it and give them information like I was telling you earlier. I really enjoy giving information. It's not for money. It's just I love people and I love cars. So,
okay, so look, one of the bus loads that I'm gonna develop here in Southern California. I'm coming up there, so we'll probably be going to one of the local shows, and hopefully I know I'll get with you while you're up there, and then we can have a tour of maybe some of the shops that are doing tires, rims and tires and whatnot, and just show the kids how it's done. From a professional standpoint.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll show them. We'll show them. So
Okay.
I'm very interested in
right.
that. And very excited about helping the community and people.
Gotcha. All right, dude. Thanks a lot for calling in. Great information. And, Andre, we will talk to you soon. Appreciate you, man.
Okay, have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, Joe, real quickly, before our next conversation, let's pay some bills here a little bit. Folks, you're listening to Gotcha Racing with your host, Joe Britt. We're going to put some commercials on so we can pay some of these bills here, and we shall be right back with a great interview. All righty.
U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is loaded with 15 acres of used, salvaged, and rebuilt parts for your car or truck. Sure, you could go to any wrecking yard, but U&I has what it takes. Expertise, high-quality products, and the finest customer service you'll receive anywhere. U&I makes custom drive shafts, furnishes full warranties on all their parts, and keeps up on industry changes. Call 909-888-6841. You'll be impressed by the fast and friendly response from the U&I skilled staff. You can also go to the Contact Us page and request a part. U&I hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is located at 1435 West Rialto Avenue in San Bernardino. Check out the U&I webpage at the letter U, the letter I, autoparts.com, or call 909-888-6841. 909-888-6841.
Gotcha Racing Live, heard only on KCAA, is your command center for racing news, the hottest interviews, and DIY projects. We are your destination for interviews with racers and fans, on-track interviews, in-shop interviews with engine builders, car restorers. Hear from our correspondents on live track, car shows. Gotcha Racing Live. Start your engine and race on over to KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM every Saturday at our new time, 11 AM. Gotcha Racing Live, where we put you in the driver's seat.
شما در حال گوش دادن به برنامه گاتچا ریسینگ هستی با صدای جو برید. Sie hören jetzt Gotcha Racing live mit Ihrem Gastgeber Joe Britt.
Okay, folks, we're back in the driver's seat, and you're listening to, of course, Joe Britt. All those languages that you just heard. Hey, because we're international, we're broadcasting into 174 countries live on this blue dot of ours. So, hey, we are international, so why not put the languages out there? We have a great guy that I've met, man, back in the day. Back in the day, I mean 2004, he got into the industry doing his marketing, and I got into the industry doing my Gotcha Racing TV. And without further ado, Toussaint, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Dude, that's for you. That's because I appreciate you, man. And you're hanging tough in the industry just like I'm doing. I'm fine. I woke up this morning. I got no complaints. One foot in front of the others. I'm going forward. What's going on with you, dude?
That's how you have to do it, man. Stay on your hustle. Stay on your grind. Those who do that end up being successful.
That's right. You got that right. So, GSX stands for what?
GXS actually is the acronym for Goddesses and Saints. When I first started the company, I actually started it almost in the sense of like a modeling agency for the automotive industry. And then I kind of realized that what we do is actually marketing, so I kind of changed the structure. But at the time, there were a lot of companies that did what we did, and they used the words They clarified their models as being angels or queens and stuff like that, or babes. And I was kind of like, okay, well, what's greater than an angel? What's better than a babe? What's better than a queen, a goddess? And I look at all the girls that we help career build in this industry, and it's the whole entertainment industry, not just the car thing, but and they're goddesses. And then the Saints is kind of just a play off my name. The rules of the Saints are you have to create 3 miracles to be given a sainthood, and that's how I look at our companies. Our companies here to help girls who are looking to get in the promotional modeling industry, as well as male or females who are looking to race and don't realize what they need to do or how to get in there or the right people to deal with to get into racing, whether it be drifting, off-road truck, road racing. This is what our entire company does, and I think a lot of people get confused because they see the girls and they think that's all we do, or they see our race teams out and they think that's all we do. And we pretty much do everything, but our main thing is to help develop race car drivers and get them sponsors and help girls looking to be promotional models move forward.
We've been in the industry about the same time, and whenever I look up, there you are, and I can always tell who your crew is by the colors of orange and white. Am I correct?
Yeah, and it's funny because when I first brought the orange, a lot of people laughed at me. You're like, dude, why are you using orange? I'm like, well, nobody's using it. Nobody is actually using the color orange. And if you know anything about strategy and visualization in marketing, the 3 dominant colors are orange, red, and yellow. So everybody else was using red. Every motorsports company out there was using red or using blue and green and stuff like that. And I was just like, let's mix it up. Let's do something different. And I've always been a big fan, of the color orange. And I was like, let's do something where when we come in here, we stand out. Because that's really what it is. It's creating a brand, and one way you can create a brand and one way you can stand out is visually. It was that old saying, bad publicity is better than no publicity at all. So it doesn't matter if they were hating on the color or they were loving the color, people were talking about it.
Just as long as they're talking about you, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
As long as people are talking about you, you're in the conversation.
Okay. Over the years, man, I know you have probably helped a lot of females because it seems like whenever I see you out there, you have a new group of females that are really sharp looking, and they're dedicated to the industry. That's what I've seen so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell a little secret that is kind of, that I kind of keep between the staff, but it's okay. Our contract is only 2 years, and I figure 2 years is long enough. I look at the first year. The first year is that building process, to create the brand, because it doesn't matter if it's a model or it's a race car driver. You got to build a brand, and then the following year is a year that all the success should start coming. Because we pretty much work in an industry that's seasonal. You probably have about 4. If you're including drag racing, supercross, NASCAR to drifting, you're missing about 4 months out of the year. So, the girls have a limited time, and it's not to say that they can't re-sign, but I've always looked at it this way. If the girls no longer need GXS, that just proves the success of GXS. They can go on and do bigger and better things, like Sophie Berglund, who now goes by her complete name, Anna Sophia Berglund, who basically went on to become a Playboy centerfold and live in the mansion and do major motion pictures like Project X and be on The Girls Next Door and everything. We found her, we discovered her, and she worked her butt off. I've never seen a girl work as hard as she did. you know, and because she worked as hard as she did, everybody looked at her as being, you know, that's the icon GXS female. She's the leader. We didn't give that title. Nobody has that title in this company. Everybody is on the same playing field, but because she was everywhere GXS was, people just assumed that was the main girl. And that right there that's what you need to do. And some of these girls, you know, they like to use the word grind and hustle and all that kind of stuff, but they don't actually do it. This girl did it. And following behind her, you know, like the Rachel Centellas and the Gabby Garzas, you know, they took a page out of Sophie's book and they did what she did, and during their era, they were the number one. You know, and that's, you know, that's how you have to do things. So, and as long as you can do things professional, and try to be nice to people, even when they're rude to you, you know, you should be successful.
Well, you know, the industry that we're in is a very hard hustle for us. Anyway, we've spoken about that in some conversations, you and I. Tell me about your race team you got going on.
Yeah, we started the race team in, I believe it was 2008. You know, it was one of my guys. You know, he had built a, you know, Volkswagen Jetta, 2000 Volkswagen Jetta. You know, nothing to get all excited about. You know, and I always said, you know, you race what you got, and he basically had it as a show car. And through connections I had, you know, that I developed in the industry, you know, people were giving us stuff, and his main goal was like, you know, I like the car show stuff, but I've always wanted to race. And I did some research, and then we got together with the rest of the crew one day, sat down, you know, watching the Daytona 500, and I laid it out to him. I said, guys, let's do this. And that year we were racing in Redline Time Attack, you know, and we had, you know, there were some bumps in the road.
Sure.
Financially, there were some bumps in the road, you know, racing-wise, but, you know, with the help of a lot of, you know, sponsors, and I would like to take a second to thank Chris Rado. Chris Rado helped us out a whole lot with teaching.
He's a good guy.
Him about racing and about driving, because he was running his Scion TC and Redline Time Attack at the time, and you know, he was just very forthcoming and very helpful in taking his time to help our drivers. So I just wanted to give him a shout out real quick. But you know, years later, we have a fully built race car now, and you know, we're doing it. And we just added another BMW to the race team. We're building that right now, and you know, I represent a few professional drivers already, and I have a surprise for everybody coming a little later this year. A young female driver racing off-road in the Lucas Oil Series.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, so, you know, when you use the word motorsports, that's what it is. You know, we're not drifters, you know, we're not drag racers, we're not supercross guys. We are motorsports. We are all of that. We love it all. We will sit here and flip the channel back from Supercross to Formula One to NASCAR because we love motorsports. We don't get in that whole, you know, I'm a Honda guy. You know, we appreciate everything these guys do, from the lowriders to the import cars to the supercars. You know, it's the love of motorsports. It's one of our slogans.
Well, dude, listen.
For the love of motorsports.
Listen, with that female driver off road, why don't you and I get together and let me put some GoPro cameras in that, man?
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could definitely do that. It's still, you know, the ink's not dry yet on it, so we still have because she is she's a 14-year-old.
She's what?
She's racing the carts, the cart trucks. And she's pretty badass, you know. I believe in her. She's dedicated. She has a family that's dedicated to it. You know, I speak to her dad a lot and everything, and you know, we just want to create success for her, you know, and keep her on the track. But she's the one who's got to do the driving, and she's one of these kids. She's got her head in the game. This is what she wants to do, and thankfully, her family, from her brother, her mother, her father, they're all backing her. So I saw an opportunity to do what we do best, and then that's create a brand and help these people who are good people try to be successful.
Dude, you're getting them young. You're getting going to the cradle, man. I'm not mad at you, dude.
Well, you got you, man. I mean, if you look at it, if you look at NASCAR, and it's a difference between other types of racing, except for drag racing, because you got the whole Force family. A lot of these guys coming up, they came up doing kart racing, racing sprints, and outlaws and all this kind of stuff. But their whole families were in it, and a lot of that goes on in the South because that's where it was born and bred. Here in California, you got a lot of guys who are starting out at 16, 22 years old. They didn't start out at 10 years old. Like Jimmy Johnson, Mr. NASCAR champ, he started, Supercross and developed into, arguably the best Sprint Cup driver ever.
Yeah.
And when you have a family backing like that, you have the opportunity to become successful. I mean, it doesn't always work, but you still have to have the heart and the mind to do it. But when you have a backing from your loved ones, you have a greater advantage than everybody else. I mean, look at when it comes to regular sports, football. Kids grow up playing football and basketball and everything, and go on to the NBA or the NFL. A lot of times here in California, this is not really a big race state. We don't really get that. We kind of fall into race cars later on in life.
Okay. With that said, you and I are gonna have to talk more online because you got a lot of information that I want the community to understand and listen to you. I'm running out of time right now. I got another guy on the line, dude. Let me tell you something. I want to be in the mix with you, okay? And we have to talk offline some more. And so I appreciate you calling in. I'm looking at my clock and it's kicking me right in the behind, dude. And give us a website. Give us a website real quick. A website we can get to. A website.
Oh, you can find us on our page on Facebook or Instagram, but the website is gxsracing4.wix.com /GXS marketing.
Okay, good enough. Thank you. I would talk to you, and I want you back on the air with me. So, thank you. I'll talk to you later, Tucson.
Anytime, my friend.
I got you.
Anytime you want me.
I got you. Take care.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Folks, I have my correspondent from the track. Alex, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. How's the weather out in Long Beach?
It's sprinkling. The track's wet. Should make for a very, very interesting day.
Have they started practicing running yet?
Yes. They've actually started to do tandem test drives to feel out the surface.
You have your you have your booking in front of you. What's the lineup look like today?
Right now they're working up to the top 32 eliminations. There's 32 drivers in total, and then they eliminate down to the top 16, and then the top 8, and then the top 4.
So in the top 4, what time schedule did they put on?
It all depends on how everything plays out because of the conditions and everything.
Okay, I got you. Very crowded? Is it crowded there today?
Sorry, what's that?
Is it crowded?
Yeah, it's a sold out show.
No kidding. All right, folks, the time is killing me. This is our new correspondent. He's an engine genius, and he's at the track today in Long Beach drifting for Formula. I'm not gonna say the name, but one of those guys out there. And but anyway, we're gonna have him come on next week and give you some more information about tips on how to do your engine build up. Thank you very much. You're listening to Gotcha Racing Live with your host, Joe Britt, 106.5, 1050 a.m. Alex, have a good one. Talk to you later, folks. We're out.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. the best station in the nation.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
Day 3 at the Masters. Hi, everyone. Kate Delaney, NBC Sports. All the conversation is around Jordan Spieth, or some of it anyway, and Rory McIlroy being paired together for this round. How interesting. And what will the conditions be like? Spieth on the competition.
It's nice to be playing with players who are hitting it well, putting well, and kind of in a good